The 2024 US presidential election will be etched in history books for years to come. This election was not just another political event, it was a defining moment that captured the attention of the entire world. The stakes were incredibly high, and the atmosphere was charged with anticipation and uncertainty. Donald J. Trump, the 45th president, reclaimed his former position, becoming the second president in US history to serve two non-consecutive terms. His return to the Oval Office is a testament to his enduring influence and the loyalty of his base. The campaign trail was marked by fervent rallies, passionate speeches, and a relentless drive to reconnect with the American people. His victory over incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris marked a seismic shift in American politics, proving once again the unpredictable nature of the American electorate. Harris, who had campaigned on a platform of progress and unity, faced a formidable opponent in Trump, whose message resonated deeply with a significant portion of the electorate. Trump's return to the White House signifies a resurgence of the populist wave that swept him to power in 2016. This movement, characterized by its appeal to the common man and its challenge to the political establishment, has once again demonstrated its potency. The energy and enthusiasm of Trump's supporters were palpable, reminiscent of his first campaign. His victory speech echoed familiar themes of economic nationalism, promises of restoring American strength on the world stage, and a return to traditional values. He spoke of bringing jobs back to America, securing the nation's borders, and standing up to foreign adversaries. His words struck a chord with many who felt left behind by globalization and rapid social changes. This election was more than just a contest between two candidates. It was a referendum on the direction of the nation. Voters were not just choosing a leader, they were making a statement about their vision for America's future. The debates were intense, the campaigns were exhaustive, and the voter turnout was unprecedented. The deeply divided electorate grappled with issues like economic uncertainty, social justice, and America's role in a rapidly changing world. These were not just abstract concepts, they were real, pressing concerns that affected the daily lives of millions. The conversations at dinner tables, town halls, and social media were dominated by these topics. Trump's victory, while surprising to many, reflects a deep-seated desire for change among a significant portion of the American populace. For his supporters, this was a moment of triumph and validation. For others, it was a wake-up call to the profound divisions within the country. The reactions were mixed, but the message was clear. America was at a crossroads. His ability to tap into the anxieties and aspirations of this demographic proved to be a winning formula once again. Trump's campaign was adept at addressing the fears and hopes of his supporters, offering them a vision of a better, stronger America. His engagement with voters was personal and direct, making them feel heard and valued. This connection was a key factor in his electoral success. Donald Trump's enduring appeal lies in his unique ability to connect with a segment of the American population that feels unheard and unrepresented by the political establishment. His blunt style, often perceived as lacking in traditional political decorum, is seen by his supporters as authenticity. Trump's appeal transcends traditional political ideologies. He draws support from blue-collar workers, rural communities, and social conservatives demographics that have felt increasingly marginalized in recent years. His message of economic nationalism, particularly his focus on bringing back manufacturing jobs and renegotiating trade deals, resonates strongly with these voters. Beyond his policy positions, Trump possesses an undeniable charisma and showmanship that draws people in. His rallies are legendary for their electric atmosphere, with supporters drawn to his larger-than-life persona and his willingness to challenge the status quo. Trump's critics often point to his rhetoric, which they deem divisive and inflammatory. However, his supporters view it as straight talk, a refreshing departure from the carefully crafted messages of career politicians. This directness, combined with his image as a successful businessman, has cemented his status as a political outsider, a label he wears proudly. Following his historic victory, President Trump outlined an ambitious agenda for his second term, dubbed America First 2.0. This vision aims to build on the foundations laid during his first term, with a renewed focus on making America stronger, more prosperous, and more secure. This agenda, building upon his first term, centers on further bolstering American economic independence, strengthening national security, and restoring American leadership on the global stage. Trump believes that by prioritizing American interests, the nation can achieve unprecedented levels of growth and stability. Central to his economic plan is a continued emphasis on bringing back manufacturing jobs to the United States and renegotiating trade deals that he views as unfair to American workers. Trump argues that by revitalizing the manufacturing sector, the country can create millions of jobs and reduce its reliance on foreign goods. He has also pledged to invest heavily in infrastructure projects, a promise that resonated with voters across the political spectrum during the campaign. These projects include rebuilding roads, bridges, and airports, as well as modernizing the nation's energy grid. Trump believes that such investments will not only create jobs, but also improve the quality of life for all Americans. On the national security front, Trump has vowed to strengthen the military and take a hard line against perceived threats, both foreign and domestic. He plans to increase defense spending to ensure that the US military remains the most powerful in the world, capable of responding to any challenge. He has been particularly vocal about his intention to crack down on illegal immigration and build a wall on the US-Mexico border, a cornerstone of his 2016 campaign. Trump argues that securing the border is essential for national security and the protection of American jobs. Trump's foreign policy vision emphasizes a more assertive approach to global affairs, with a focus on putting America first. He believes that by prioritizing American interests, the country can negotiate better deals and strengthen its position on the world stage. He's been critical of multilateral agreements and has expressed a desire to renegotiate deals that he believes are not in the best interests of the United States. Trump argues that many of these agreements have disadvantaged American workers and industries, and he is committed to securing more favorable terms. While his agenda is ambitious, it remains to be seen how much of it he will be able to accomplish in the face of a likely divided Congress and a deeply polarized electorate. Trump acknowledges the challenges ahead, but remains confident that his vision for America First 2.0 will resonate with the American people and lead to a brighter future for the nation. The 2024 presidential election highlighted the deep divisions that continue to define American politics. The nation found itself once again at a crossroads, with voters deeply entrenched in their political beliefs and ideologies. The electoral map told a story of two Americas, with Trump dominating in rural areas and Harris carrying urban centers. This stark contrast between urban and rural voting patterns underscored the growing divide between different parts of the country, each with its own unique set of concerns and priorities. The outcome of the election, however, hinged on a handful of key battleground states. These states, often with diverse populations and varied economic landscapes, became the focal points of intense campaigning and political strategizing. Pennsylvania, once a Democratic stronghold, swung back into the Republican column, solidifying Trump's victory. The state's shift was a significant blow to the Democratic campaign, which had hoped to reclaim its former stronghold. His message of economic populism resonated in the state's struggling manufacturing towns, which had been hit hard by globalization and outsourcing. These communities, facing economic uncertainty and job losses, found hope in Trump's promises to bring back manufacturing jobs and revitalize their local economies. Florida, always a crucial swing state, remained a nail-biter until the very end. The state's diverse electorate, with its mix of retirees, Hispanic communities, and young voters, made it a microcosm of the broader national political landscape. Trump's narrow victory in the Sunshine State can be attributed to his strong support among older voters and the state's growing Hispanic population. His campaign's targeted outreach to these key demographics proved to be a decisive factor in securing the state's electoral votes. Arizona, a state that had been trending Democratic in recent years, narrowly went for Trump. The state's shifting demographics, with an influx of younger and more diverse voters, had made it a battleground in recent elections. His hardline stance on immigration and border security appealed to a significant portion of the state's voters. Concerns about border security and immigration policy were top issues for many Arizonans, and Trump's tough rhetoric resonated with these voters. The Midwest, once considered the blue wall of Democratic support, continued to crumble, with states like Michigan and Wisconsin falling to Trump. These states, with their histories of strong labor unions and manufacturing industries, had been pivotal in past Democratic victories. His message of economic nationalism resonated in these states, which had been hit hard by the decline of manufacturing. The promise of bringing back jobs and protecting American industries struck a chord with voters who felt left behind by the global economy. The Battleground states in 2024 illustrated the shifting political landscape of the United States, with demographic changes and economic anxieties playing a significant role in shaping the outcome of the election. As the nation moves forward, these states will continue to be critical in determining the direction of American politics, reflecting the evolving concerns and aspirations of the American electorate.